Isaac Newton, considered by many to be the greatest scientist of all time, was writing towards the end of the scientific revolution when he recorded an observation that rivaled his 3 laws of motion. Newton declared, "Atheism is so senseless and odious to mankind that it never had many professors." How's that for a fat apple falling on your head, atheists? So, according to Newton, atheism is senseless, it's utterly foolish, and odious, it's repulsive. It's so senseless and odious that it never had many professors. But times have changed because many people today do profess atheism. How did this happen? Well, if we ask our atheist friends why atheism has been spreading rapidly in our time, they'll tell us that atheism is spreading because people are becoming smarter and wiser and more enlightened. Now, our atheist friends insist that they go where the evidence points. They're all about evidence. But if we have any respect for evidence and observation and confirmation and reality, and we look around at the world, can we seriously say that people are becoming smarter and wiser and more enlightened? Or would we say that people are becoming a bunch of delusional, narcissistic morons who follow evidence about as much as they follow Newton's Principia? As someone who's been in multiple mental hospitals, I can tell you that the world feels more and more like an insane asylum every single day. But let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe our good friend Bill Maher can help us. Mr. Maher, you're an atheist. You've been attacking God and Jesus and the Bible for decades. You've seen the world change over the years. Can you spot any glaring problems in society?
You know the reason why advertisers in this country love the 18 to 34 demographic? Because it's the most gullible.
The younger generation is characterized by extreme gullibility. Good to know.
A third of people under 35 say they're in favor of abolishing the police, not defunding, but doing away with a police force altogether.
The younger generation is so out of touch with reality that they cling to insane positions.
36% of millennials think it might be a good idea to try communism.
Sounds dumb to me.
20% of Gen Z agree with the statement, society would be better off if all property was owned by the public and managed by the government. And another 29% say they don't know if that's a good idea.
Sounds really, really dumb.
So when you say, you're old, you don't get it, get what? Abolish the police and the border patrol and capitalism and cancel Lincoln? No, I get it. The problem isn't that I don't get what you're saying or that I'm old. The problem is that your ideas are stupid.
Their ideas are stupid, but the younger generation is too dumb and gullible to realize it. And Bill points out that this isn't just true of the younger generation. The entire nation has become so utterly moronic that we may not be able to solve the problems that we face.
Finally, new rule, before we tackle any of our daunting specific problems here in America, we have to figure out how a country can solve any problem if so many of its people are so intractably, astoundingly, mind-numbingly stupid.
We might need to just shut it down.
I mean, this country just might be empirically, verifiably too fucking dumb to continue as an ongoing enterprise.
And what about the education system?
This country simply has no education standards anymore. They will let you out of a public high school and give you a diploma, and you don't have to actually know anything.
So we've become ignorant, stupid, and gullible. Anything else going on? Yes. Atheism has been growing so rapidly that Bill Maher wants an atheist holiday.
But while approximately 3 million Americans celebrate Ramadan, 100 million say they have no religion at all. What the f***? Where's our day?
100 million people in the U.S. have no religion at all.
Atheists, we're approaching a third of the population now. I shouldn't have to beg for this, for God's sake.
Come on, Bill. Atheists already have a holiday. April 1st.
The fastest growing religious group in the United States are nuns. No, not the kind who used to beat you with a ruler for being left-handed. I mean people who, when asked how much they want to be involved with a religion, say none.
That's interesting. The fastest growing religious group, his words, not mine,
The fastest growing religious group
are the people with no religion at all.
are nuns.
They're called nuns. What's your religious affiliation? None. How much common sense do you have? None.
The unaffiliated share of the population, consisting of people who describe their religious identity as atheist, agnostic, or nothing in particular, has risen from 5% in 1972 to 15% in 2005 to 32% today. You're welcome.
So we can thank people like Bill Maher for increasing the percentage of nuns from 5% in 1972 to 32% in 2023. And the numbers get even better for the younger generation.
Millennials are the first generation that are less than a majority Christian. Their idea of hell is a coffee shop with no Wi-Fi.
It's the first generation in U.S. history that's minority Christian.
When asked how often they go to church, 34% of younger millennials answered seldom/never or don't know.
Atheists of the world, rejoice. Fewer and fewer young people are going to church, and many of them are so insanely stupid that they don't even know if they go to church. That must be good news for our atheist friends. Obviously, with so many young people abandoning religion and becoming atheists, that utopia of rationality and science must be right around the corner. That was the promise of the new atheists, wasn't it? If we can just escape the evil talons of Christianity, we'll get a new dawn of intellectual progress and scientific reasoning. Is that what's been happening? Does Bill Maher even hear what he's saying? Watch how easy this is to put together. On the one hand, Bill is boasting about the rise of atheism, the rise of the nuns, the decline of Christianity. Look at all the people who are becoming atheists. On the other hand, he's complaining about how stupid and gullible people have become. Look at these gullible morons. They're so dumb, they'll fall for anything. They're so dumb, they want to abolish police altogether. They're so dumb, they think communism is a good idea. They're so dumb, they graduate from high school without knowing anything about the world they live in. They're so dumb, they're becoming atheists at an unprecedented rate. I find this fascinating. Atheists are bragging. They're thumping their chests. They're celebrating because a generation that is characterized by extreme gullibility and extreme ignorance and extreme stupidity, a generation that can be manipulated into believing absolutely anything, no matter how insane, this generation just happens to be the generation that's turning away from Christianity and towards atheism. And the dumber they become, the more progress they think they're making. For most of human history, the options were monotheism or polytheism. Atheism was, as Isaac Newton put it, senseless and odious to mankind. How do you get people to accept something that's senseless and odious? You need a generation that's programmed to accept senseless and odious ideas. Welcome to the idiocracy. I can't say it's what we need, but it's definitely what we deserve.